Hi, my name is Emily. I'm a faithful follower of Christ. I'm addicted to sugar, flour, and binging, and this is The Right Mentality Part 2. My response to Karen. Karen, I sure hope you don't mind me reading this, but I'm going to go ahead and officially say if you guys leave a public comment and then I leave a public comment, then I'm going to guilt-free weave it into videos as I see fit. Because obviously it's all right there for the reading anyways, it's all public. Okay, so Karen said to me, I just want to read you her comment and my response. And this goes right along with The Right Mentality, Part 1. And in a nutshell, the right mentality is to focus on Jesus. It's to focus on what we want to do. It's to focus on where we're going. It's to move forward and look forward. The right mentality is to reinforce behaviors that we want to grow and focus on behaviors that we don't want as little as possible, only as needed. As we focus on behaviors that we want to grow, those weeds will eventually be choked out. The good behaviors in our garden will take over. Here is the right mentality. Hebrews 12:2, keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, is the right mentality. Okay, here is Karen's comment. She said to me, oops, Wednesday nights, I teach a class at church for the 30s. Let's see, she says, so we cook every week, and for the last 6 weeks I've done so good. But this week there was warm brownies and ice cream. I did eat a small amount. I was disappointed in myself for a little bit. This is another reason we need to keep everyone lifted in prayer. Here's my response to Karen. And Karen, I'm going to touch on this, but again, you said it yourself. You had a small bowl. That is, in my opinion, a miracle. Speaking from my perspective, you're doing awesome. Okay? Here's my response. Karen, you did awesome. Remember, let's don't think in terms of good and bad. This is a red flag mentality, attaching moral judgments to our eating. Yesterday was a data day, and you got some awesome data. I have a video called Keeping This Science-Minded. We don't have good days and bad days. A child learning to walk didn't have a bad day because they fell down several times. We're learning to walk. We have good days and data days. A toddler that's falling over and over and over, that's data. Maybe they need sturdier shoes. Maybe they need to walk with a walker for a while. Maybe they need more practice. It's data. It's not a bad day. If I stayed home with my toddler all day long and my husband came home and said, how'd the day go? I wouldn't say, well, the day was terrible. He fell down over and over and over. Obviously, my husband and I both would expect that. He's 11 months old. Or for like a lot of my kids, he's 15 or 16 months old. Some of them were late walkers. I'm not going to say late. They walked right on time. We don't have good days and bad days. We have diseased brains. And we are rewarding ourselves towards healing. This is powerful and wonderful. This is not anything to attach moral judgment to. So I said to her, girl, with my old ways, that would have been a small bit of ice cream and that small bit of ice cream and that brownie would have been just the beginning of an extensive and painful binge. Because my old mentality was if I'm going to be bad, then I might as well be really bad. We are not naughty. We are ill. We have diseases. These are not things to punish ourselves for, but instead reward ourselves away from. When dealing with addiction and dopamine downregulation and neural pathways laid, this is very real disease. Disease just means that part of your body is not functioning in the way it was. It's not functioning. How do I want to word this? It's dysfunctioning. It's malfunctioning. Something's awry. We're not naughty. We're not being bad. We're ill. We have diseases. And by the way, these are our bodies we're talking about. We are quite healthy, and we will deal with a plethora of issues with these bodies until we no longer need them. These are not things to punish ourselves for, but instead reward ourselves away from. We are not praying for each other to avoid sugar and flour because it's bad when we ingest it. We're praying for each other to avoid temptation so that we continue to move in the right direction, into the light, into the arms of Jesus Christ. Again, do you hear my elbow? Hebrews 12:2. James 4:8. God tells us, draw near to me, and I will draw near to you. We can count on that. When we draw near to Him, when we snuggle up to Him, He scoops us up. Now, you might think, why wouldn't He make the first move? Oh, He did. By sending His Son Jesus here to die a horrific death on a cross. He made the first move. But He doesn't force Himself on us. Heaven is full of people that chose to be there. You go, girl. You go, girl, Karen. We have good days and data days. Days we gather data. And yesterday you gathered some awesome, helpful data. Karen, I almost started to type in here, and you learned that the cons outweigh the pros. You learned that bowl of ice cream just wasn't worth it. Girl, I deleted all that because I don't know what you learned. I cannot speak for you, but I know that data can be very helpful. A toddler's not being bad when they fall down. They're learning and traveling, moving. Keep moving forward, knowing it's going to be a bumpy and perfect ride. Love you, Emily. That's the challenge, and that's what I've noticed over the years after having had the honor of leading hundreds of women in different ways. The inertia to get over is moving forward, knowing it's not going to be perfect. But that's what every single person does when they lace up their shoes and head out for a hike. They head out knowing it's not going to be perfect. And to be honest, that's why it's an adventure. In a lot of ways, that's why it's fun. That's why I tell you all, let's don't wait until we get there to have fun. This is fun, traveling with you. I love you dearly. I'm looking outside. I see rolling hills, and I'm imagining us hiking. And we are all going to experience trials and tribulation. James chapter 1, verse 2. I believe that's right. Count it all as joy, the trials, the tribulation. Ecclesiastes 4:9. It's better. Two traveling together are better than one, because they can lift each other up. I love you all dearly, and we'll talk again soon.